I think people need to understand that Brock Lesnar was only here for 2 years. Brock Lesnar started the day after WrestleMania 2002 and finished at WrestleMania 2004. Brock Lesnar was here for 24 months. That's it. His first run was that fast. His contributions were enormous.
Only once in a lifetime can you expect to see an athlete the caliber of Brock Lesnar.
The number of moments that Brock Lesnar offered in those 2 years, unheard of.
F5! Lesnar has F5! 500 pounds! How strong is Lesnar? What the hell? The ring just imploded!
But it was only 2 years.
In the early 2000s, an era in sports entertainment was introduced to the world.
Today marks the beginning of a new era.
An era from which greatness was born.
The next big thing!
An era that would go down in WWE history.
What the hell? The ring just imploded! Nobody is gonna stop me! God almighty!
It's time to shake up Raw. Time to shake up SmackDown.
The champ is here!
An era defined in 2 words.
Ruthless aggression.
From the time he was 11 years old, there was something special about this kid from rural South Dakota.
And the champion at 189 from Webster, Brock Lesnar.
When it came to wrestling, he was always the best. In middle school, high school, and even in college where he won the NCAA Heavyweight Championship.
Brock Lesnar from Minnesota is your heavyweight champion.
I'm so happy. I worked hard. I know I deserve it more than he did.
Well, we want to congratulate you and good luck with the choices after this season.
Thank you.
Brock Lesnar was a superstar in the making and quickly caught the eye of WWE talent scouts.
We spotted Brock in college and started recruiting him.
We needed new faces. We needed new stars. New stars is what the business thrives on.
We got Brock in developmental. We sent him to Louisville.
Even if you have top stars now, that doesn't mean you're going to have top stars in 2 years or 3 years. So it's not like you can just sit and say, okay, I've got all the wrestlers I need for the next 5 or 10 years. That's never going to happen. So I hear I've got the NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion. Oh, okay, here we go.
We're so excited to have the finest collegiate wrestler in the United States, 2000 NCAA heavyweight champion, Brock Lesnar.
Brock came in, and he was just a stud. Physically, there was nothing that he couldn't do.
The World Wrestling Federation and WW have tremendous hope for Brock Lesnar.
Tremendous athlete, and look at him. Couldn't hurt him if you ran over him with a car.
I am coming to seek and destroy.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime personality and athlete.
He was as quick as the quickest guy, stronger than the strongest guy.
Look at the raw power and the strength of Brock Lesnar.
Everything he did was just fast and powerful. You get a guy who looks like that, who's a freak athlete, but also really understands psychology. It's a moneymaker.
Brock, being a freak athlete, one day in practice, just because he saw somebody else try it or he saw it on TV or whatever, does the shooting star press.
Shelton out of the ring. Brock Lesnar on the top rope. My God! Shooting star press. Shooting star press. It's Spade makes the save.
This is not good for a huge guy to do something like that all the time. But for the big show, boy, you pull out all the stops, that's great.
Lesnar's freakish athleticism stood out, even among a group of the very best athletes to ever set foot in OVW. but Brock grew impatient with the developmental process.
Brock Lesnar had learned all he was going to learn in developmental. And he was tired of developmental money. Brock Lesnar knew he was the biggest box office attraction that WWE was going to have. And Brock Lesnar was tired of waiting. So Brock made a decision. Move me up to the main roster or kiss my ass goodbye. It was a no-brainer of a decision. So Brock is working dark matches, which are the matches that take place before the television goes live.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 275 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
He was getting horrible advice from these veterans that were still hanging on to their jobs as producers. You're too big, you move too fast, don't move so fast. Stay still, stand in the middle of the ring and don't move. So I got together with Brock and gave him some different advice than what he was receiving. And I asked Vince to watch Brock's match. And Vince loved it. Vince told me he was going to put Brock and Heyman together on screen.
And this is for the hardcore title. This title, as we have said, competed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wait a minute. Oh, no. What the hell? That's the hottest free agent. Brock Lesnar.
You know who it is, but what's he doing out here?
Oh, he's destroying bodies. Look at this monster.
There were these things called talent rosters, with every talent in developmental, on the main roster, all kind of condensed onto one page. At the top of every year, we would pick 3 and go, all right, these 3 people we're gonna get over, and they're gonna become stars.
And look at Lesnar, unmitigated power.
Certain people like Brock Lesnar, you just look at them and you go, okay, well, that's one.
This is a highly trained assassin.
Once you see Brock Lesnar, you know exactly who he is. He's an ass kicker.
This is scary! Oh, man! I don't know if there's another human being alive that could execute that move on Rikishi.
It was like this mammal that you'd never seen before. So where the hell did he come from?
Brock was just like very intimidating to wrestle against, because you know this is a guy that is real. If he wanted to, he could kill you.
When you stand next to Brock Lesnar, you can do anything you damn well please.
Paul was the perfect mouthpiece for Brock, because here's a big guy that could go out, do all of Paul's bidding, and Paul can flap his gums and do what Paul does best.
It was a natural fit to take the credibility that I had and parlaying that onto whom I legitimately believed in my heart and my soul was the next big thing in this industry, Brock Lesnar.
The indestructible Brock Lesnar! The impervious to pain Brock Lesnar! Ladies and gentlemen, the next big thing, Brock Lesnar! You are the next big thing, and tonight, the next big thing will arrive.
And we are ready now, ladies and gentlemen, to crown the 2002 King of the Ring. And Van Dam cat-like up on the top. Oh my God. Lesnar just caught Van Dam in midair. Oh, the F5. Lesnar caught Van Dam in midair. And it's over. Lesnar's the King of the Ring. And this rookie now has earned a main event shot at the undisputed title at SummerSlam.
Normally, of course,
over time, you kind of move your way up the ranks. Brock got thrown into the fire right away.
The business in itself thrives on new. So when you have someone like Brock coming onto the scene, it's a godsend, certainly behind the scenes, and it's from the audience perspective too. They're yearning for new more than anybody.
In just 3 months, the rookie had already earned a shot at the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. But, classic Lesnar, he didn't feel like waiting that long for the spotlight.
Why do you want to antagonize this man now? There's no reason for this. Brock, think about this. Brock?
Hulk Hogan versus Brock Lesnar in August 2002 on SmackDown is an opportunity for Brock Lesnar to be minted a long-term main eventer.
This is the biggest match of Brock Lesnar's career.
He's built to go. He's an animal. I mean, when you see those traps coming up, you know, that are sticking out of his neck, and you see his eyes roll back in his head like a shark when he's coming at you. It's a gut check.
And there is the strength of the next big thing. And look at the cockiness, the arrogance in this kid. The power, the left, driving Hogan into the mat. Oh no! F5 plants Hogan.
Talk about your ruthless aggression. Paul Heyman's bringing that out of Brock Lesnar.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan is hurt. The blood trickling from the mouth of Hogan.
Hogan's busted up on the inside. He's getting the life squeezed out of him.
It's over. This monster has squeezed the life out of Hulk Hogan.
Any fan watching WWE in 2002 thought Brock Lesnar was the next big thing.
Rubbing the blood of Hogan like a badge of honor across his chest.
After the match with Hulk Hogan, everyone knew Brock Lesnar was the next big thing.
Brock Lesnar leaving the legendary Hollywood Hulk Hogan a bloody mess, a shell of himself in the middle of the ring.
I remember a lot of consternation going back and forth in the production meeting in terms of whether this guy was ready.
The question became, if not now, when? And why not now? You're right, he may not be ready, but if it's not him, who's it gonna be? And there wasn't anybody else ready to step into that role. We needed new, we needed fresh, and he was new and he was fresh.
I knew Brock from seeing him around, but until I saw the build-up for his match with The Rock at SummerSlam 2002, I don't think I realized how big this guy could be or how much the momentum had shifted to his side.
Just like Hulk Hogan's career is now over, the very same thing will happen to The Rock this Sunday at SummerSlam.
When there's potential to be built upon, when you know it, you know it. When you see it, you see it, and I think everybody from Vince to The Rock saw it.
The Rock was a huge proponent of, let's go with the kid. We looked at Brock for the future. This is a guy that could be a champion that everyone, no matter where you were, would believe.
It's a hot August night in the Northeast, and it's scorching here inside the Nassau Coliseum as we get set for perhaps the most anticipated SummerSlam in history. Will The Rock continue his reign as champion, or will 2002 be the summer of Brock?
contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Introducing the challenger, being accompanied by his agent Paul Heyman from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 295 pounds. The next big thing, Brock Lesnar.
The time for talking's done. It's ass-kicking time. Lesnar knows that, and so does The Rock. And it's go time right now.
Well, the next big thing become the big thing tonight.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking. And from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 275 pounds, is the WWE Undisputed Champion, The Rock.
And The Rock wasting little time on the hollow ball, rushing the ring, and here we go. The Rock and Brock colliding with the title on the line. And what a belly-to-belly.
The crowd kind of shifted in Brock's favor, which was really startling because The Rock was so incredibly popular. Clearly, there was a seismic change.
Spinebuster! Spinebuster! And here it comes! The fans into this match every single step of the way. Lesnar's off with a clothesline! What a hit! What a hit! Look out! Wait for another rock bottom. Duck under! Brock Lesnar! He's counter! Oh man! And look out! F5! And F5 to The Rock! The cover! Hook to the two! Lesnar has defeated The Rock! Brock Lesnar is champion!
WWE Undisputed Champion, the next big thing, Brock Lesnar.
An F5 from Brock Lesnar has taken out The Rock. Brock Lesnar has become the youngest champion in WWE history.
Who in the hell will be able to stop the next big thing? Best of luck.
Brock Lesnar has climbed the mountain in just 5 short months. This monster's on top of the world.
Brock versus the 2002 King of the Ring winner, now the WWE Undisputed Champion. Is there anything stopping Brock Lesnar?
I don't believe so. Nothing's ever held me back, and from now on, it's me and everybody. I'm just looking down at you, and it's harder to fight to the top than it is to fight and beat them down. I'm the #1 man to be around here for a long time.
SummerSlam was a turning point for The Rock, whose full-time focus shifted to his budding Hollywood career. So with the Great One on his way to Tinseltown, Brock Lesnar was suddenly the top dog in WWE, a shock to everyone except Brock.
You are looking at the WWE's animalistic future.
Brock's meteoric rise to the top was embraced by the WWE Universe. But outside the ring, Brock really didn't care much for the constant attention.
Brock was still young, gone from OVW, and now he's in the big leagues, and he's the champion. It was a lot very, very quickly. I don't know if Brock appreciated the enormity of it all. I think that Brock, at the time, was looking at the business as a business. And I'm gonna be a businessman about it. I'm gonna go out and do what I have to do when I have to do it, and I'm gonna go home.
I spent many hours out there on the tractor and chasing cattle around too. Lots of hard work.
I don't know if many people know Brock Lesnar, the person. Brock's not like sitting down and having a chat with you and talking about the latest movie or TV show. Brock's a private person, everyone knows that.
I think he's fine to keep his walls up and keep everybody away. You know, I think there's a part of him that likes to be intimidating to people. You know, and I think that may be because he just doesn't want people getting close to him.
Brock's a very private person.
to a certain extent, he doesn't like people.
Not a lot of BS in Brock. You wind him up, and Brock goes. And he looks at wrestling as, this is how I'm gonna be able to afford the life I want to have.
Despite Brock's matter-of-fact demeanor, he continued to put on an awesome display of power, athleticism, and complete domination in the ring. No other rookie had ever dominated the WWE quite like Brock Lesnar.
Here comes the pain!
Hell in a Cell versus The Undertaker. Champion F5 to The Undertaker. Brock Lesnar has defeated The Undertaker at The Undertaker's own game. Oh my God! No way! No way! F5! Brock Lesnar has F5 500 pounds! And here comes the new referee into the ring! He's a cage! Wait a minute! Paul Heyman is screwed for Brock Lesnar!
At Survivor Series, Lesnar's historic run would finally hit an insurmountable obstacle. His mentor and manager Paul Heyman turned against Brock, helping Big Show take the title. With Paul Heyman no longer by his side, Lesnar still proved to be a force to be reckoned with. Lesnar added to his sensational rookie season by winning the 2003 Royal Rumble.
Oh yes! Brock Lesnar has eliminated The Undertaker! Brock Lesnar has won the Rumble!
Earning a shot at the title at WrestleMania 19.
Here comes the pain! Straight to the main event at WrestleMania!
Pretty impressive year for Brock Lesnar. And so then it's that pressure of how do you top that? And how do you keep that momentum going and make it even better?
I knew that when Brock got up here to the WWE, it was gonna be about him and me because we came from the same sport.
NCAA champion versus Olympic gold medalist. The most anticipated match in the world.
The two where they went from knowing nothing and in a year's time were main event stars.
Kurt Angle is the best pure athlete in the history of sports entertainment.
You just don't see that, especially twice in a generation.
The two greatest athletes to grace a WWE ring will face each other for the ultimate prize.
The two most accomplished amateur athletes in WWE history were set to collide in an epic battle on the grand stage. And it seemed destined to set the standard for years to come.
We were excited, we were main eventing. Everything was aligned for us to have the match of the night.
WrestleMania turns to the WWE title.
Brock Lesnar main eventing WrestleMania mints Brock Lesnar as a WrestleMania main eventer, and now we can plan the next 10 WrestleManias around Brock Lesnar.
What a match at the grand stage, the granddaddy WrestleMania. Oh man, oh man, oh man, here comes the pain.
I brought it up to Brock a week prior and said, hey, it'd be cool if you hit your old finish that he used to do in OVW, his shooting star press.
What is Brock doing?
Seeing on the top rope a 300-pound man doing that shooting star press, people are gonna remember that forever.
If you're ever gonna do it, the main event at WrestleMania would be the time.
Oh my God! Brock Lesnar went for the shooting star press.
Watching it with everyone backstage did, oh my God.
It was horrifying. We didn't know if Brock had broken his neck and wondering, is Brock okay? And get a little bit of movement. And then finally they took it home.
Shooting Star Press was a classic example of Brock could be given bad advice, and that bad advice almost cost Brock his entire career.
Guys, can we clear, please? Clear this hall.
Fortunately, it looked a lot worse than it could have been. Lesnar escaped with just minor injuries. And now champion once again, the demands on Brock's time would weigh heavily.
There's not an off switch when you're on top with WWE.
Brock came to us with his concerns, and Brock expressed that wanted to lighten his load. And if Brock could have done once a month, I know he would have. But that wasn't the business at the time. And, you know, you'd get a grumpy Brock some days. And you attribute that to he's young, it's the first time he's doing a lot of this, and you'll get used to it, kid. You know, come on, you'll get used to it. And for some people, that's just, they don't want to get used to it.
The superstar part of being a WWE superstar obviously entails a lot. And, you know, I think after a while, there was a little bit of, I didn't really sign up for this, because you don't really know the life until you start embarking on the life.
There are pressures that you don't see, that nobody knows about, sacrifices you have to make. Being the guy with the ball and the rocket ship strapped to you, that is a ton of pressure. And then you add in how much pain you're in because you're wrestling over 200 times a year and what that can do.
Brock and I were main eventing a lot of shows. And Brock and I also don't know how to take it easy. Wrestling 250 dates or 300 dates a year, it's grueling on anybody, but especially if you're Brock Lesnar and you're main eventing every night.
Because this is a tough job, man. It'll wear you down very, very quickly. Nobody has a schedule like WWE does.
It's a hard gig. I mean, it's a hard thing to do to be on the road and in the grind and traveling and then wrestling, and you're hurt and you're banged up and you're driving and flying and living out of suitcases.
Brock did mention how much he absolutely hated travel, and I can certainly understand that. As big as he was, I could see that it was getting to him.
He actually bought an airplane so he didn't have to go to airports anymore. And he would fly in an airplane to every city. It was a private plane. That's how private Brock was. He literally bought an airplane and hired a pilot to fly him around all over the country.
All right, Brock, explain where you are and what you're doing.
Where am I today?
You could tell when someone's enjoying the hell out of themselves backstage and when someone is like, let's just get this over with and move on to the next one kind of thing. And I think, you know, like Brock found himself during that period of time, and he knew what he liked and knew what he didn't like and had no problem saying, all right, I'm gonna do what I like until I don't wanna do this anymore, and then I'm gonna do something else.
he quickly grew to being miserable. And I knew Brock had to get out. Because a miserable Brock Lesnar is not safe for himself, let alone anybody else.
In 2004, the grind of being at the top of the mountain in WWE eventually caused Lesnar to hit his breaking point. Not even 2 years into his WWE career, Brock Lesnar came to a decision that would send shockwaves throughout the entire company.
Brock just sat me down and said, hey, I'm quitting. It was that simple. It wasn't a long explanation. It wasn't blaming anybody or anything. He had obviously given it thought and had a plan. Do whatever you guys want me to do. But you're not going to talk me out of it.
I think there was a lot of different emotions. I think there was surprise, some resentment by some people. We did all this for you, and that's how you're repaying us. You're walking away after we did all of this for you. I think everyone was a little shocked by that. But at the same time, the signs were there. It's not like he'd show up every day with a smile and doing a tap dance and being, hey, what can I do today? I'm happy to be here kind of thing.
Brock is an individual. He's a very unique individual, and he knows who he is and how he wants to live his life. And things weren't going according to his plan.
The final match of Brock's young career was set for WrestleMania 20 in Madison Square Garden against another departing superstar, Goldberg. But this turned into a night both men wished they could forget.
We're about ready to set the stage for the Goldberg-Lesnar one-on-one matchup. This is going to be, no doubt, a smash-mouth, high-impact matchup.
The thing I remember most about that match was being surprised how the internet reports permeated to the crowd.
That was like one of the first times where, you know, the internet and social media had an impact on what you saw on screen.
Certainly, rumors are running rampant that Lesnar is contemplating playing in the National Football League, therefore leaving the WWE. That rumor has made the rounds, and certainly not excluding Madison Square Garden.
Like the fans want to see him go. Look at this.
I remember hearing about it, knowing about it, and then like seeing the audience all on the same page, just being like, ugh, they were so disgusted with all of it.
You're in New York City, where you have the smartest of the smart fans. Goldberg, you're walking out on us. Brock, you're walking out of us, so to hell with both of you. You're not just leaving WWE, you're leaving me too. You know, and they let them have it.
And to have him go out there and sense the disappointment that the audience was experiencing had to be devastating for them. To have the audience disconnect that obviously from what you're doing is, you almost feel like you're standing out there naked. It's a horrible feeling.
Jackhammer! The jackhammer! The hook of the leg! And Goldberg beats Lesnar!
Hey, taking a page out of the book of Stone Cold Steve Austin, which show,
Stone Cold Stunner! Austin just stunned Lesnar right out of the WWE ring!
There's nothing Brock could have done that night. He could have had the greatest match in the history of wrestling, and the people were still going to chant what they wanted to chant and heckle him and do what they want to do.
As a fan watching and seeing Brock Lesnar walk away, you're like, you can't believe it.
This is everything that most of us are pining away for all the time, and it just falls in your lap and you're like, nah, I don't want it. Like, what can't you handle, you know what I mean? What's wrong with you? Come on, get it together and make it work.
There was also a little bit of sense of, too, of like, you know what, good for Brock. If he's miserable, don't be here, because that's not gonna be healthy for anybody. If your heart's not into it, go. And to his credit, he did, and he didn't retreat either. He ended up doing extraordinary stuff.
If you want to get farther ahead in life, you gotta stick your neck out. So I'm looking forward to the future. I could really care about the past. What's done is done, and let's move on and do something different.
I think Brock saw WWE as an incredible challenge that he then conquered, and that he wanted to be good at something else.
Brock's first challenge outside of the WWE was a seemingly impossible one. After not playing football for almost a decade, Brock decided to try out for the NFL. And after an impressive showing at the NFL Combine, the Minnesota Vikings invited him to camp. Brock appeared in several preseason games and was so impressive, the Vikings had a tough decision to make.
Brock Lesnar was the last person cut before the main season. That's unheard of.
He hadn't played the game since high school. For him to do as well as he did shows what a great athlete he is.
But he ended up, saying, you know what, football is not what I want to do. I just wanted to give it a try. And his next challenge was MMA.
And Brock liked that style because that lifestyle was training at home 6 months and then going to an event one time to fight. That's Brock's cup of tea. That way Brock can stay at home, train, spend time with his family, do his hunting and fishing, and he doesn't have to deal with the real world.
After an impressive stint in mixed martial arts, Lesnar signed a contract with the UFC in 2008. And less than 1 year into his new career, Brock Lesnar was the UFC heavyweight champion.
If you look at what Brock Lesnar did, the guy comes over from the WWE and actually becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. It's literally impossible. Crazy at times. You know how it can be dealing with Brock Lesnar, I'm sure. He has a very, very unique personality.
And here's a guy who followed his dream, and it was probably against what everybody else thought. It's certainly against what I thought at the time. We were all dead wrong.
Brock Lesnar had conquered UFC. So, it was on to the next challenge.
Oh my! The landscape of the WWE has been drastically changed.
I was really glad that he came back home, because a pro wrestler and a pro wrestling world champion is who he really is.
Oh no! Lesnar with Cena! Lesnar's got Cena!
After 8 long years away from WWE, it was like he never left.
A third F5 to The Undertaker! The streak is over!
Only Brock Lesnar could walk away before his prime, come back almost a decade later, and be as dominant, maybe even more so, than when he left. It's ridiculous.
Suplex City, bitch!
To this day, Brock Lesnar's domination in WWE is unparalleled. And it all began in the era of Ruthless Aggression.
The Ruthless Aggression era was a time of creating, and a time of creating the future. Brock was someone brand new, came in with brutality, wrestling, fundamentals, and he was fresh.
Brock is a once-in-a-generation, at best, athlete.
I think Brock was a major, major factor in revitalizing WWE post-WCW going down. Because he's a homegrown talent and never seen before until he hit a WWE ring as far as the sports entertainment world. There's just this energy of when that Brock music hit, that when you were experiencing it in an arena in 2002 was unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Nobody made the suspension of disbelief easier than Brock Lesnar.
He's Ivan Drago. You know, he's terrifying. He's a movie character.